Welcome to One Book, One Review.
Hey, do you know that feeling when you don't do something for such a long time that you forget how much you like it? That's kind of what happened to me last week. I was so tremendously busy that I couldn't log on to BookTube. And by the end of the week, I was like, oh, my inbox will be so full with all the videos I have to watch, and I have to make a June wrap up video. And I was just like, I couldn't imagine I actually like it. But then yesterday night, Sunday evening, I had 1 hour before I had to go to work, and I was just like, okay, just log in. And I watched June wrap ups, and I was like, wow, I forgot how much I like this. So this is my June wrap up. You remember that I wanted to catch up in June? Yeah, that didn't happen really. I managed to clear my schedule of a lot of things, and then everybody got sick, and I started working the craziest hours ever. So that's why I hardly made videos, and I only managed to read 4 books. The first book I read is The Tiger's Wife by Thea Obrecht, and I really liked it. It's adult fiction. It plays in the Balkan countries, and it tells the story of a girl who becomes a doctor, and it starts with her being a doctor and her grandfather dying, and then we get a lot of story about the grandfather and his childhood and stories that happened in his village with the tiger's wife. And then we also get the story of the doctor, the woman who how she grew up during the war and how the war affected her. And I really like the style of writing, how whenever there's a new character, she goes back and explains how the character became who he is now. And I like this kind of storytelling. It's not straight again, it's jumping back and forth between the tiger's wife story, between the doctor's story, and the undead man. I think that's what he was called. I forgot. There is a story of a man who cannot die, and the grandfather meets this man frequently, and that's a really interesting story. I can just recommend this book. It's a nice read, it's interesting, and yeah, it was well written. The next book I read was Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I really love this book. I read it for the YouTube book club. So, like for that book, there is no review for this one, but there are, I think, some more YouTube book club videos coming along. It's a story about Armageddon, and yeah, it's really good. Then I started reading The Golden Apples of the Sun by Ray Bradbury. It's a collection of short stories, and yeah, I'm not that big a fan of short stories. I can't read a whole book of short stories, so every now and again I read one. I'm halfway through. And yeah, they're weird and interesting, but well written. I kind of like it. Then I read Stardust by Neil Gaiman, and I made a video about this one because I loved the film and I didn't know it was based on the book. So I was surprised. And then I didn't want to read the book for a very long time because I love the film so much. And I thought, oh, the book will just spoil the film, or the film will spoil the book. But surprisingly, nothing happened because the book is so different from the film that I actually still like the film better, which rarely happens for me. Usually I like the book better. Um, yeah, but since I saw the film first, I cannot say if I would have hated the film. So I'm trying to find out what you guys think. So if you haven't watched that video where I talk about Stardust, either go check it out or tell me, have you read the book first or seen the movie first or neither, or what's your opinion? And I just finished yesterday A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. This book is really awesome. It kind of shows how the stories of people are connected, or how people are connected and how they get from A to B. I'll put up a full review for this book on Friday because I just have so many more things to say about it, but it's really worth reading. Okay, I also broke my book buying ban again because I had to order Stardust. I didn't own it and I wanted to read it. And with that, I also bought A River of Smoke by Amitav Ghosh. It's the second book in the Ibis trilogy. You remember I read Sea of Poppies after years of having it? So now there's a second big book for the trilogy. And then I also bought The Book of Dead Days by Marcus Sedgwick. I saw this book on Words of a Reader and she had a review on it, and it sounded so interesting that I wanted to buy it and have it and read it. So I'll leave footnotes to her video. Yeah, that's basically my June. I didn't make that many videos. I have one for the YouTube book club and the Stardust video, and I did the In Your Pants tag. But I don't think I put up a real review this month. I'm really sorry. The plan of catching up and reading more in June clearly didn't work out. So I've decided to go back on my weekly schedule for reviews. I'll try for Fridays, but if I have to work early on a Friday, it might be a Saturday. So don't be impatient. I'll keep to the weekly reviews. And there have been quite a lot of tags last month that I wanted to do, but I didn't find the time to. So maybe I'll catch up on those in July. And there are some other videos that I want to make, but I don't know if I can manage in July. So, but definitely expect more videos from me in July again, and I'll catch up on watching all your videos as well. So tell me how your June was. Did you have a good reading month or did you have a slow reading month? What was the best book you read? What was the worst book? Tell me in comments. Bye bye. And do 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 do.